say the thing you're not supposed to say.
Let's talk about marriage.
They have like a 2-second rebound rate and you're back doing the next pain in the ass thing.
Parenting. Oh my gosh.
They have sucked the pretty right out of me. They treat me like it, and I do their laundry. Lucky me.
Sex.
I'm caught between two evils. I generally like to take the one I never tried.
Scary stuff like ghosts. I know it's totally out of left field, but just go with me on this.
Boo, you whore.
Love.
And give you what you need. That's all. I'm talking about taking care of each other the best you can. What's wrong with taking care of a woman? She takes care of you.
Friendships.
Wink and her necklace says best friends forever.
Sure you wanted to say forever? I don't think you guys will be best friends forever, no offense, but sometimes you grow apart. And maybe she'll find a new best friend. They end up doing everything together.
Tingly, because I was sitting on it, and now it's tingly, and it's just, I hate that. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the podcast, Still Awkward with Sadie. We hope you are doing well on this fine Wednesday. And I got to tell you, Ryan, I was just reading a story, and this story is about something that happened to a couple, and this would absolutely test their relationship. And would you and I get through this? I'm going to explain what happened, and I want you to tell me, would we be able to move forward from this? Just the beginning part, okay? So it happened in Florida because all the weird shit happens in Florida. IVF, people get IVF treatments because they want to have a baby. So they'll take the sperm from a man, and then they'll take the egg and they'll implant it into a healthy egg, and hopefully it'll take. It's just kind of a little bump in order to get pregnant. Well, Christina Murray discovered via a DNA test that she delivered a baby with no genetic relation to her. And they figure that out because her and her husband are white, and the baby came out African-American, like a cocoa skin look. Nothing like, well, they just have dark skin.
Explain to me how that would work.
Well, what happened is they mixed it up. And so they took some egg and they took some sperm and they mixed it together and they put it into the woman, and it was the wrong.
I understand. Was it the wrong egg and sperm? Was it the right sperm and wrong egg? Was it the wrong, you know what I mean? Like, walk me through that. Because you said no biological markers for the mom.
No biological markers from the mom.
But did the dad have biological
I think
markers?
what happens is that they take the egg out of the woman.
We're sounding so smart right now.
Listen to me. They take the egg out of the woman, they take the sperm from the man, and then they scientifically insert.
I understand that.
And then they put that back into. So imagine if they grabbed the wrong egg and the wrong sperm combination and put it inside of her.
That's my question. Was it just incorrectly her egg, but it's his sperm?
No, she has 0%.
What about him? The guy.
No. So imagine there is an African-American woman and her husband who are giving, don't do that. I'm trying to explain this to you.
Sure.
Who are giving an egg and sperm, and they want to have a baby so bad. And then they go in and they implant the thing. But oops, they accidentally put the egg and the sperm from the Caucasian lady. Okay. You see what I'm saying?
But here's what I'm saying is it's not just, hey, we're working on this one thing today, this one egg and this one sperm. There's probably a litany of things that they're doing.
Sure.
So did they accidentally take the man's sperm and then this other person's?
Yes, that's how I've been trying to explain it to you. Okay, let's go through this a little slower. Okay. We are just not understanding what is happening.
I'm understanding. I'm asking you because you read the article. And I'm asking you a question about it.
Okay. So there was an incident in Georgia. This happens kind of regularly. And her name was Christina Murray. She received an embryo from Coastal Fertility Specialists. The baby was of a different ethnicity than expected. leading to a DNA test that confirmed the error. The biological parents sued for custody.
So it's a completely another couple.
So it's it's a completely different couple.
That answers my question.
Okay. And they're over here and they're saying, oh, husband and wife, I love you. Let's put our stuff together, make a baby. And so they put their stuff together and scientists, put the formula together. And then they injected it into the wrong lady's uterus. And then she did have a baby.
This is not you dinged my door. It's okay.
No, this is like, right.
I went through 9 months of this thinking I'm going to carry. So I have physical and I have emotional here. I'm with her.
Okay. But what I'm telling you is the biological parents, who it was their sperm and egg, ended up suing for custody of that baby.
I could get that.
And this girl, Christina, just automatically just said, take the baby. Like, this isn't my baby. But I mean, oh my God, that would be like being a surrogate without even knowing that you're being a surrogate, But again, this happens, I guess, pretty regularly.
So wait, are they like just shaking hands and moving on like as each other? Or are they going after the organization that did this?
I think it doesn't say if they're suing. I would have to imagine that they were suing. There was a Florida incident of this happening. A woman named Tiffany Score and Stephen Mills gave birth to a baby not genetically related to them. Again, they are suing the fertility clinic of Orlando. The suit alleges a horrendous error and seeking to locate their biological child. Because think about it. Okay, so this woman had a baby and the baby came out and the baby is clearly an African-American baby. And they're handing their baby over like, here's your baby. I gave birth to it, but here you go. But where did their sperm and egg go? So then we're on the next level of, did you put my baby into somebody else? And now I don't know where my biological child is. Apparently, again, this is a thing. These cases involved lawsuits for medical malpractice, breach of contract, and severe emotional distress. Similar incidents like ones in Australia have also occurred with clinics activating crisis management teams to rectify the wrongful birth. Isn't that just insane? You got to think about it. You're going through the pregnancy. You're thinking it's your baby. Then you have to give that baby, which you do bond with the baby when it's inside of you. It's your baby.
Yep.
And then having to give it away. And then how do they do that? Does the fertility clinic have to go to every single person in that age demo where it would have made sense and say, we've got to test your kid? And then say you've had your baby for 6 months and you love your baby so much. And, your baby maybe has blonde hair and you have dark hair, but that happens all the time. And then 6 months into it, someone comes to your door and says, that's not your baby. We're going to have to take it. Your baby is somewhere else. It's just the overwhelming issue at hand is really what I have a hard time grasping, because this has such a ripple effect on so many different people.
I saw a picture of her and the baby, and she also said that she bonded with it, the baby.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Then you give that baby away.
Yeah, it'd be hard.
And also you would miss all that important, they're really big on when you have a baby. After you have the baby, you lay skin to skin with the baby. So they learn it's you and the scent and everything like that.
And also, can I say that was, I don't know. I mean, it's cliche, but happiest moment of my life, right? Mm-hmm. Murphy being born, that moment, it's a euphoria that I've never experienced ever anywhere else.
Yeah. Sometimes I imagine what it's like from a guy's perspective.
It's you just are high-fiving everything that
I know, but I'm just saying the whole process is so great for you because you're not sick.
It's so great. Yeah, no,
you're not carrying the baby around.
I will say seeing you in pain is awful. It's awful.
Oh man.
But what was about to happen, it wasn't like you're in pain, your stomach hurts, and I don't know how to make you better. I'm like, okay, this is going to end. Here we go. Let's go. Yeah. So that was bad. I remember being like forehead to forehead with you.
Yeah.
Doing that. And
and he whispered, stop being a little bitch.
Really, they're going to grab her. You need to push harder.
He kept yelling at the doctor, can you give her morphine or something to knock her out? Her complaining is just getting a little much for me.
But it's a euphoria that I've never, ever experienced anywhere else.
Yeah.
Right. That day. So there they are. They're a Caucasian mother and father.
Right.
And then an African-American baby pops out.
Right.
So that euphoria that they have, even though there's still euphoria about a baby coming into the world, there's like fear and question, like what happened?
First of all,
the dad. So there's two, right? There's the dad going, "Excuse me,
what?"
Right? And then there's the mom knowing that nothing happened.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she didn't have eyes on anything else, and she's like, "What now?"
So how hard would that have been to believe me if this happened to us?
Oh, man. Literally, because I just go to like, what's more likely that, oh my God, Sadie cheated and didn't tell me, or a fertility clinic messed up her embryo? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. If you take the fertility clinic out of the situation, there would be some logical questions as to why is this baby a different ethnicity than what my husband and I are. There's just, again, there's so many layers to this story. I'm going to put the complete story again on our social media pages. So be sure to follow Still Awkward with Sadie. So wacky and just such awful luck, like awful, again, 9 months when you are pregnant, you feel every second of those 9 months. It sucks. You're dry. And I don't understand women. And I've met women who are like, I cried when I gave birth because I was done and I wasn't pregnant anymore. And I'm like, what? I cried every day leading up to it coming out. And then I was ecstatic because I wasn't pregnant anymore. But I thought that was kind of a bummer of a story. And now let's go into something that's also kind of like, I don't know about this. But Colorado, a bill was introduced into the Colorado State Senate just this last week that would make Colorado the first state in the U.S. to fully decriminalize what?
Colorado, the first state to fully decriminalize outdoor. No, that's not true. That's done in other places. I don't know.
Prostitution.
To outlaw it?
No, to let it be.
Oh, let it be. I went the other way, like outline. Colorado, really?
Colorado.
So we're going to be the first to do marijuana and the first to do prostitution.
That's what I was thinking. It's Senate Bill 26-097. It would require the entire state to decriminalize commercial sexual activities among consenting adults. Now, here's a little bit about me. I have always found that to be really odd that that's against the law. If it is two adults and, you know, he wants something, she wants something, they do a shake hand of the deal, and then they do, like, why is it anybody else's business? You know what I mean? Like, of course, then we get deeper into sex trafficking and we get into underage people, and it can go to a really dark place. But I've always thought, just like the straight and narrow. If I told Ryan one night when I first met him, give me $100 and I'll show you my boobs. Is that illegal? Because I did that. I did. But I mean, like, where do they draw the line at? You know what I'm talking about? Is this all the way prostitution? I mean, how does it work? Do you sign an agreement that then you're covered under the Senate Bill 26097?
All right. So you're dipping your toe into something like marijuana.
Yes.
Right? How does it work? Okay, we're just going to say in this state that it's free game, right? Marijuana.
Free game.
Okay. Well, there were a lot of intricacies with that. Federally, it's still against the law. So what banks that are federally insured will take your money if you're a weed store. You couldn't do transactions with debit cards forever.
Yeah.
Can you? I don't even know. Can you still?
You can.
No, you
can.
can't.
Yeah.
But forever, it had
I've
to be
been
like,
told.
Get your money, and then here's an ATM.
It's a cash thing.
Yeah. Right? And then you got to take all that money at the end of the day. That was hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then take to the bank. And so there's so much security. Like, there's so many things. There were intricacies with marijuana, and we're 14 years into that.
Yeah.
Here.
Right.
You know
And
what I mean?
now we're ready to bring some other sin into
Yeah, we're like,
the
you know
state.
what? We got through that.
We got drugs. Now let's turn to sex.
Oh.
Okay. But there are unique, you know, as any other states with any form of legal prostitution, there are guidelines. Like, did you know it's legal in Maine and it's legal in Nevada. In Nevada, for instance, prostitution is only legal within licensed houses of prostitution, which
Like brothels?
Yes.
Like Game of Thrones brothels?
There used to be a show on HBO and it was about a brothel.
But that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like,
it was
it's like
called the Kitty Ranch, I think.
So it's not like you can be an individual proprietor. You
No.
have to be.
You have to be within, because what they do is they get drug or they get disease tested every week. I mean, there are guidelines, when you go in and you pay, you're going to get somebody that's healthy, and that's what the government is saying. They're saying you got to, make sure everybody's healthy, and there are different types of rules. I'm sure when you go into a brothel, they give you the whole rundown of what you're allowed to do and not to do. I would love to go to one, not to participate, but just to sit for an entire day and watch the process. Like guys just walk in. This is how they did it on this HBO show.
How long ago was this HBO show?
Oh God, it's probably been a decade. But how they did do it was a guy would come in. Well, first of all, you could go to and I'm only saying Kitty Ranch. I think that's what it was called. It's in Nevada and it's out in the desert. Like it's not anywhere near the strip or anything. God, I know a lot about this brothel. Anyway, you can go onto the internet and they have on their website different women that you can choose from. And then you can book the person, or you could go in and just kind of no appointment necessary. And what happens is all the women line up in a room and the dude is just like that one right there. And then the girl is like, oh yeah, let's have some fun.
I'm just sorry. All I'm picturing is the movie Tommy Boy where Chris Farley and Rob Lowe he's like, I want that one over there. Yeah. And they're talking about cows.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot like that. And I think that this is absolutely crazy, but you can do it in Vegas. Now in Maine, it's a little bit different. Buying sex is illegal. Now, I can't wrap my brain around this, but maybe you can. Buying sex is illegal, but selling sex has been decriminalized. So how do you explain that? Democrats there who supported the law said that this was to reduce punishments for sex workers who are victims of crimes and make reporting crimes easier. And that's the same argument that the Colorado bill has it for legalizing it here.
So you can sell, and if anything happens, that allows you, whether you were abused or stolen from or anything, a crime was committed against you and you're selling sex, that makes it easier to say report. Because, right?
Right, because then you won't be scared.
Right. That makes sense, because then if there's a buyer and a seller and they're both illegal, I guess the buyer would be like, what's she going to do?
To where...
Because now they can be like, oh, I can do something.
Yeah, it's legal. What I'm doing is legal. What you're doing is illegal. Yeah, but wouldn't there be some sort of slap on the wrist to the prostitute knowing that I'm legal, but what he's doing with me is illegal?
Listen, I don't know about all that, but I can get behind you don't have to be afraid to report.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you don't have somebody did something to you that is against the law. You don't have to be afraid to report.
Yeah.
I bet that seems like why they did that.
Okay. So Colorado's bill, we go a little bit further than Maine. So Maine is out there, Vegas is out there, and Colorado's like, hold my beer. By also decriminalizing buying sex. So in Colorado, both sides would be legal. You could just walk up to a hooker and be like, get in the car. You want to hook up? And then the girl will be like $500. And then the guy would be like, okay. And then it's just like a private. Is it like a private? I don't know. Colorado's bill. Okay. What the bill says is to allow sex. Okay. So this part of it is saying it's to allow sex workers to better be able to screen prospective clients. Okay. Since the clients wouldn't be participating in illegal activities, if the law was passed, they would be more willing to provide personal information, maintaining the sex worker's safety.
Okay.
So maybe you run a background check. I don't think that's how that works. I think you just get picked up off a road, right? I don't really know how this. I guess this is more of like for a planned situation.
No idea. But
no.
I will say again, don't know. Are there other things we should probably be spending our our time on.
I know. Are you talking about you and me personally, or
No,
the
no,
government?
not you even personally, but I'm just saying, like, as a government.
Well, another plus they're saying, decriminalizing consensual sex work for adults enables law enforcement to focus more resources on perpetrators who induce others to perform sex acts by force, fraud, or coercion, the bill states. So it is to protect the woman of the night, the lady of the night, to feel like she's safe and she's covered. And again, this is going to happen. If you've ever gone on to Craigslist, there's like 1 billion people on there who are like, I got some free carpet. I'm asking for, not free. I got some carpet and I'm asking for $20 a foot, and I have 5 feet.
See, this is where,
and I'll give you the carpet.
This is where I get so like
it's probably
lost in code. I'm like, $5 a foot. Well, I'm 6 foot tall. How much? Like, I'm like, okay, no, forget it. Whatever.
I don't know. I'm just
I'll
saying.
go to a bar and meet somebody. Like,
but it's not easy you're very like sure of yourself. I actually had a dream last night that Ryan cheated on me, and I was pissed. When
we didn't talk about this. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
There were days where maybe you had said dream and you were really mad.
Yes.
This time you had said dream. You talked to me about it. You're like, I dreamed dream. And I'm like, oh, are you mad at me right now?
And I was.
And you were.
Literally.
But I was able to overcome that pretty easily. And I think you were too. But that being said,
yeah,
you had this dream. You still were a little perturbed at me. Do you remember any other dream?
I do. I remember it very well.
Because sometimes you're like,
it was with one of the neighbors. The problem with this dream that I had that pissed me off so bad.
Yeah.
Like if in the dream you were like, I'm so sorry this mistake happened, but I love you so much. In these dreams, you're not only sleeping with the woman, but you want to be with the woman. And so then in my dream, I'm so heartbroken.
Like a relationship with a woman?
Yeah, like Sadie, we're done.
We're done.
I've met this person and I love this person.
Sure.
So then in the dream, I have this like heartache of sadness and like, oh my God.
And you wake up thinking that
then I wake up and I want to murder you.
I think that's common. People won't have that. But so this is
the want to murder part.
This is a full on, you had a dream. I left you for another woman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Another one. Like full on left.
I'm sorry.
Just out the door. You didn't even care, I think it would have been a little less painful if you would have given a shit a little bit, but you were just like, hey, I'm going to head out with our neighbor.
That's coming from your subconscious. So that means it's buried in there somewhere. So
yeah. What's the deal with that?
I'm telling you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I don't know. Isn't that weird? And I have these dreams. They're all the same where you just leave with another woman and you don't care.
But you also
every like 6 months.
You also have this thing that guys are fine wines and that they will always go for a 25-year-old, no matter how old the guy is.
I know.
The woman must always be Leonardo DiCaprio, 25-year-old kind of thing.
Yeah, because I will say we went to dinner the other night, just the two of us, which is shocking.
Which was very nice.
Just very nice. And the menus weren't laminated and there was no random screaming from someone.
No pictures on the menus.
Our kid, really. Yeah. But we were there and I don't know what it was. I was feeling just very frumpy and just like not attractive and just like, ugh.
Okay.
And we go out to dinner and our waitress is this young, perky 23-year-old. And you know where my mind goes? Not so much like he's going to leave me for her, but if I die, is this what you would pick? Like, that's what happens. Women die and then the men pick like the 23-year-old chickie. Very rarely does a handsome gentleman of your age go for somebody of age or older. Like if I died, you would go for someone younger. Naturally, you'd be more attracted. You'd be more attracted to it.
Your tone is like so passive aggressive.
Right. You would, wouldn't you? Oh, I knew it. No, but I mean, odds are, if I passed away, you would end up with someone younger.
I don't think I would be able to stand up if you passed away.
Ryan, you say that, and I really hope it's true. But what I'm saying is eventually one day you'll want to meet someone. So, and it'll probably be some 23-year-old who smells money on you. That money that I helped contribute to that was supposed to be our retirement money, but I died and this bitch is going to now go get her nails done. And I am so uncomfortable with that idea. When people at funerals are like, I want them to move on. Darling, when I'm gone, move move on with your life and meet someone. I don't want you to be alone. I want you to be alone. I'm saying that on record. If this is listened to after I'm dead and he's got a girlfriend, don't even talk to him anymore because he's a traitor. And I even told you, one time I said to Ryan, I want you to know that if I die, I do not want you to move on. I know that's a selfish stance to take, but I don't give a shit. I don't want you to move on. I want you, when I meet you one day in heaven, God willing, you'll be clean. You won't smell like another woman. You won't have that, you'll be pure, and we'll meet again and it'll be magical. And you know what he said to all that? Don't you want me to be happy in life? Meaning you would want to move on. So I guess what I'm saying is I can never die before you because you'll be hoeing it around before you know it.
I don't know.
I myself would never.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, unless it was John Kiroku. And then I may consider it.
Okay.
But that would just be for sex. Thanks, everybody, so much for listening
Are we done?
today.
You're literally going to end on that note?
I sure am.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
I am.
You know what? Forever, you had a radio show, a terrestrial radio show where I could not comment. You would give whatever version of the truth you wanted to give.
Well, it was the version in my brain.
Yeah. And now that we have a show together, it's actually kind of nice that I can call bullshit on some things.
But you don't have control of editing. You can cut it out.
Really, I don't listen, so I don't know if you edit it.
All right, Ryan, tell us what you feel.
How I feel? I wouldn't be able to, if you passed away, I think I would be a great dad and I wouldn't be able to stand up otherwise. That's it. I would throw myself into the kids.
But do you think 10 years down the road, the pain maybe has softened a little and you're able to get back up again?
That scar
You're
tissue,
going to want cheese in your face.
No, that scar tissue would still be so strong that I wouldn't be able to move.
Do you think that, like in the movie The Notebook, there was that soldier's wife and Ryan Gosling would sleep with her because she was so lonely because her soldier husband died. And then Rachel McAdams came back and stopped.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And she would bake him a pie. And, Ryan would give it up for a pie.
Feed a man. I'll make you a pie. Okay.
Take your shirt off. Anyway, we will end it at that. How about that? Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode of Still Awkward with Sadie. Be sure to check out all of our social media pages, like and subscribe to the show, and download all of them. Every single one of them from start to finish, because I don't know, I'm getting the itch to erase everything that I did before it just became our thing. I don't know. I'm kind of playing with that. You say I shouldn't because it's a progression that's interesting to listen to. And I say some things are really cringe when I was learning and I don't know if I want to keep them up. So anyway, thank you so much to you guys for listening. And thank you so much to our wonderful sponsors, Christiana Salon Spa and also Wilbur's Total Beverage. Wilbur's Total Beverage is located in the heart of Fort Collins, right off of College Avenue. It is big. It is well lit. It's clean. And these are all things maybe you don't think about when you think of going to a liquor store. You know what I'm talking about? You think about the one you went, when you were a kid with your dad and you'd walk in and, there'd be a guy outside smoking a Pall Mall and you'd go in and there'd be a dude over here and he's looking a little weird. And you're not going to get that at Wilbur's Total Beverage. You're going to get a safe environment to explore all things drinks. And be sure to follow them on social media because I'm slowing down. They post wonderful recipes and products. They also have events. Wilbur's Total Beverage, family owned and operated, locally owned and operated. And a big thank you for being a sponsor of this podcast. We will see you tomorrow.